So I made these wooden pallet coasters, and honestly, they're super cute and they worked out really great. I want to show you how I made them and how you can make them too to be a perfect gift for this coming Christmas season and truthfully any time of the year. So I had previously made this, and I made this template, and essentially the square template is 4 inches square by 3/4 inch deep, and then I have this extra new piece that I contoured a little bit to look more like a pallet. But essentially what I've got to do first is prepare all of the material, and so for all of the cut list, it is going to be down in the description of this video. I did choose to use cherry that I had in my workshop. However, you can use any wood you want. I would prefer to say you want to use something that's a hardwood, but you can use softwood too. But it's super simple. Cut out all these cut pieces. The template that I have that I'm using, I cut it just smaller so that by the time I cut the line on the opposite side, it would actually be the thickness that I wanted. These coasters are available on my website, so if you're interested in this particular one that I just made, and if it's still available, it will be on the website. I make them, and then I put it in stock. So if you see it's out of stock, keep checking, and it may be back in stock. So before putting all these pieces in, it's a really good idea to put some wax in here, and I like to use paste wax. You can use candlestick, but this will prevent the glue from adhering to your template, so that you can continue to reuse this and make more of these in time. And for this, I'm just eyeballing each piece on the center part and just making sure that the pieces in between look pretty much the same. You know, pallets are made, they're not made to be looking pretty, so I do want it to look pretty, but they don't have to be perfect. So just let that dry overnight, and I pry them out now. You just saw I made a mistake. I pried too hard, popped it off, but it's a simple fix. Just re-glued it on there. Now, depending on whether you would want to cut your center board with the contour, you can adjust that and not have to make these 2 smaller pieces on the bottom. You can actually just cut 2 more lengths of what you had on top and put that on the bottom. That's what I did in my previous video, and so if you want to see what I did in that one, click the card on the screen right now and also at the end of this video to watch that version. So you got to put your name on it. So the most favorite part of any job is sanding, and I just used 120 grit, and then I did 220 to give it a little bit of a smoother texture. I also decided to finish this using beeswax. I actually did not use this previously, and honestly the reason I really went this route is because I did not have spray poly. I would prefer to use spray poly so you don't have to really work this into all the cracks, and I would recommend you to do the same, but this works just as good, and it is actually a better choice when you're doing hardwood anyways. Just like that, everything is done. So these things turned out really good. I've been very pleased with them. And like I said, I'd already made a version just like this, but it was a little bit different. And so if you are interested in watching that video, click the video on the screen and go check that out.